Money and spirituality, can they coexist? Are they truly at odds? Join us as we unravel this mystery today. Welcome to Euphoric Evolution. I'm Makhosi, also known as the Royal Shaman, and I've built a multi-million-dollar brand and supported incredible conscious visionaries in doing the same. Now, I get a lot of resistance, a lot of hate, a lot of comments about, oh, well, a real shaman would never have money, and you can't be spiritual and have money. And today we're going to unpack this and really challenge your way of thinking and hopefully expand what you believe to be possible. You see, I completely understand why you would think this. Our society teaches us, and our religions have taught us in many, well, I won't even say that they have taught us. I will say they have been misconstrued, really making it seem like money and spirituality are like oil and water. There are a lot of perspectives, a lot of teachings that frame wealth as being a barrier to enlightenment or to consciousness. But what if there's actually another way to look at it? So before we dive into that, let's just talk a little bit about some of the common beliefs about money in various spiritual contexts. So let me know, have you ever heard this one? Money is the root of all evil, right? Or all you have to do is just flick on the news or scroll through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you'll hear all of these stories about the greedy, wealthy people, the top 1% who are ruining everything. Now, listen, I'm not saying that anyone needs $1 billion, but let's just also note how many people talk about people having $1 billion, but even billionaires don't have $1 billion. They have a net worth of $1 billion, which is a different thing. That's a whole other video, another day, another topic. But what if this concept that you can't be spiritual, you can't be good, you can't be holy, and if you have money, that means you're greedy, you're evil, you're all of these things. What if that was actually created to keep you from fulfilling your potential and actually creating change in this world? What if money is not the enemy of spirituality, but rather it's a tool that we can utilize for growth? I really believe that money can be a vehicle for spiritual values like generosity, gratitude, consciousness, stewardship, leadership. Wealth isn't about greed. Money itself is simply an amplifier. Whoever you were before you made the money gets amplified when you have the money. And isn't it funny that there's so many people who talk about how people who have all of the money are so focused on money, but actually it's the opposite. It's really important for us to understand how abundance works, that we have abundance in a variety of areas. And for some of us, we actually have callings that require wealth, that require money in order to fulfill our life's purpose. Literally, we have many ancient systems that not only have divinities, gods and goddesses who are connected with abundance and wealth, prosperity, but we also have tools for even knowing, okay, in this life, is that actually part of why you are here? You see, when we come into this plane to have a human experience, depending on which lifetime we're in, some of us are here to experience wealth. And simultaneously, yes, there are some people who are right now having the experience of not having wealth. But it is the idea that the more money that you have, the greedier you are, the more evil you are, you're blah, blah, all these things. that is likely keeping you from allowing yourself to receive and hold and embody the frequency of prosperity. Now, if you think that money is evil, you will not let yourself have more money. And that can be whatever amount. It could be 100,000, it could be 1 million, it could be 100 million, it could be whatever, right? Because all of us have a different perspective on what rich means. You will find if you're having certain experiences in your life, you have certain callings, but then you are resistant internally to those callings because of how you perceive money. If you think your spouse will leave you because you make more money, or if you think your mom will think you're evil, or you are afraid that you'll lose all of your friends, and so on and so forth. Those are really the barriers to your financial success, more so than do you have the right information and knowledge? Because most of us have, if you're listening to this, you have access to basically endless knowledge on how to make money, like YouTube videos, podcast, like there's lots of people talking about it, but not understanding the energetics. I'm going to also just throw a little tidbit in here that these tools that we have, some of them are astrology, I like human design and gene keys, and now I'm introducing this concept of essence. When you understand that you also came with an energetic blueprint of what money is meant to be in your life, and you align with that, you're in energetic alignment with the frequency that you came here to be, and you embody that, meaning you think, feel, and act as that version of you. You will not only experience more financial abundance, more importantly, this is where I'm going to get on my high horse. More importantly, you're actually able to create change in the world that you want to see. You can actually invest in the projects, the businesses, the people, the philanthropic endeavors, right? The fundraisers, etc., that really align with the world that you want to create. But it's very difficult to do that if you don't have expendable wealth. Do you feel like you've been playing an endless game of chase, constantly trying the latest business tactics, hoping it'll be the one that catapults you into the breakthrough you've been waiting for? What if the secret wasn't in another strategy, but within you all along? And what if you could get paid beyond your wildest dreams to be more you? Well, you won't want to miss my new Abundance Alchemy Challenge. This will be 5 days to unlocking aligned prosperity. I will be hosting 5 live daily sessions from September 25th to September 29th, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You'll be able to uncover your essence, unlock your abundance, access true freedom, all without the sacrifice. So, be sure to find the link in the notes below, and I'll see you September 25th through the 29th. Now, I want you to understand already, see, money is already spiritual, whether or not you realize it. Money has an energy, and every time you spend your money, you are voting for the reality that you are going to experience, and that has a ripple effect out into all of us. I'll give you a great example of this. I remember going into Kroger grocery store as a kid, and there was a very small natural or organic section in that store when I was a kid. This is like the early mid 90s, right? Very small section. I only remember this because my Aunt Beverly has like a lot of, she has a lot of allergies. And so that was a place that she was really like, that's where she shopped. So anyway, I think about the difference of over 20 years, how much we have expanded in our access to organic and natural products. Now, is it anywhere where it should be? No. However, if more people who are aware of the importance of eating well, eating non GMO food, just regular food, not distorted food, right? If more people who have that level of consciousness or have that level of awareness actually have the means to continue buying those products, right? That creates more demand for those products. And then, especially as we set the standards, right, of what we will and won't buy, that is a vote for the reality that we want to see. But if you do not allow yourself to actually have that abundance, what happens is you are just in survival mode, and then you're just taking whatever you can get. And there's no, I'm not blaming or shaming anyone who is in that position, because that's a very challenging place to be in and then to get out of. I know from my own life experience, getting out of it, coming from poverty, coming from, oh my gosh, when I was a kid, we had this week, my mom's going to die as she's editing this video, but I'm going to talk about it. When I was a kid, we were so poor. We had this period of time where literally all we had was like cans of tuna, some frozen peas, and macaroni. And my mom made like massive amounts of this tuna casserole, and we ate it 2 and 3 times a day for a week. Literally, that is all we ate. I, to this day, cannot, cannot, I can't eat it. I won't, I can't. Even though there's part of me that like occasionally still gets cravings for some of my like old comfort food, right? That's just terrible for you. But anyway, my point with this is when you're in that mode, it is all about survival. And as you begin to not only receive more abundance, but actually become a steward of it, right? There is this responsibility, but there's also this power that we have. In fact, that's why people don't want you to know that you can be spiritual and have money, because, oh, God forbid, then you would actually be able to create change in this world. And maybe the change that we would create would be so that more people can have access to an abundant existence. Oh, what would that be like? Anyways, so I want to give you just a tip to really cement this in, that you are creating your reality every time you spend $1. I want you to take just a few minutes and audit your last credit card or bank statement. And I want you to look at each one of those payments and really write out, okay, what reality is this creating for me, right? Like water bill. The reality it's creating for me is I'm going to have more access to running water, right? But also you can be in gratitude that it gave you the ability to have certain experiences and gain certain skills. But look at what are you investing in that is actually creating the future that you want to be experiencing. Really sit with that. Take a look at that. Don't just listen to this and be like, oh, that sounds nice. No, I want you to actually go and do this. And this will be very transformative for you to realize. So we've covered a lot today, and I really want you to accept that this is a challenge. You don't have to agree with me, but open yourself up to the possibility that, hey, I wonder what it would look like if money and spirituality could coexist, that you could be both wealthy and deeply connected with spirit. And what would it look like if not only you were to do that, but a whole group of us who are aware were able to do that? What kind of businesses, systems, education, structures, and what legacy would we be leaving? Anyway, you can see I get very passionate about this. If this episode resonated with you, I would love to hear your thoughts. Share this with a friend, share it on your social media. Be sure and subscribe. And also be sure to apply with us if you are ready to step into your next level of abundance and break through your glass ceiling. Stay tuned for the Abundance Alchemy Challenge that will be coming soon. I'll see you next time.